Hi everyone, this is Emmy. Today I'm going to show you how to make this multi-purpose bag, and you can make it any size you like. So let's get started. And if you make the strap long enough, you can wear it as a crossbody bag as well. I post new videos on Tuesday and Friday in the morning. You may not receive an email, but you can always find it in your subscription box on the top left of your screen. And if you find the videos too fast, you can slow them down by clicking on the gear icon below the video. To make this multi-purpose bag, I'm going to start at the bottom and I'm going to work my way up. I'm going to start with a foundation chain that is as wide as I would like my bag to be. So it doesn't matter any number of stitches. It doesn't have to be any specific number. So work a foundation chain that's as wide as you would like the bottom of your bag. And then after you have that done, you're going to single crochet in the second stitch from the hook. Make a single crochet, insert the hook in the stitch, pick up the yarn and pull it through, and then pick up the yarn and pull it through both stitches. So you're going to go ahead and make a single crochet all the way down the chain. Okay, I worked all the way down the chain, and now I'm going to come and work back down this side. So I'm going to make one additional stitch in that last stitch, and then I'm going to turn and start working down the other side. I'm going to make one single crochet in each stitch all the way down this side. Okay, I've worked all the way down that side. I'm going to make one additional stitch in that last stitch, and then I'm going to slip stitch to join in the very first chain. So now I'm going to chain one and turn, and I'm going to single crochet in that very first stitch, and I'm going to put a stitch marker there because it may not be easy for me to see where I began. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to single crochet all the way around till I reach that marked stitch again. So single crochet in each stitch all the way around. And I've reached all the way around, and now I'm going to slip stitch to join in that marked stitch. Chain one and turn. Single crochet in that same stitch. Move the marker to that stitch. And then single crochet in each stitch all the way around. Okay, I worked all the way around and I've reached my marked stitch again, and I'm going to slip stitch to join. I'm going to chain one and turn, single crochet in that first stitch, place my marker, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a couple more rows of this single crochet, and then I'll come and show you how to do the top part. Okay, I've done another row, and I'm not going to show you working every row, but what you will do is continue to do as many rows as you would like to have. And I worked 10 rows of single crochet for this bottom section, and then I changed here for the top section. So to do that top section, I chained 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet in the same space. I skipped the next stitch and I made a double crochet in the next stitch. To make a double crochet, yarn around the hook, insert it into the stitch, pick up the yarn and pull it through, pick up the yarn and pull it through 2, pick up the yarn and pull it through 2. So I'm going to alternate a V-stitch and a double crochet all the way around. So I'm going to skip the next stitch and I'm going to make a V-stitch in the next stitch, and that is double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Now I'm going to skip the next stitch, double crochet in the next, skip the next stitch, V-stitch in the next. That's a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. Skip the next stitch, double crochet in the next. And you're going to continue all the way around. Okay, I worked all the way around, and it just worked out that I wound up ending up with a double crochet, and my first stitch of the row was a V-stitch, but if not, I could just squeeze one extra stitch in here so that my alternates turn out correctly. So now I'm just going to slip stitch to join in the second stitch of that first chain 3. Now I'm going to chain 1 and turn. I'm going to slip stitch into that first double crochet, and I'm going to chain 2, and that takes the place of the first double crochet. And the next stitch is a V-stitch, so I'm going to make a V-stitch in that stitch, and that is double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, next stitch is a double crochet, so double crochet in that stitch. Next stitch is a V-stitch, so make a V-stitch in the V-stitch. I'm going to repeat that all the way around. I'm going to make a double crochet in that standalone double crochet, and I'm going to make a V-stitch in the chain 1 space of the V-stitch. So work all the way around. Okay, I worked all the way around, and I slip stitch to join in the top of that chain 2. And you can make as many rows of this V-stitch as you would like. In my bag, I worked 6 rows of these alternates of a V-stitch and a double crochet, and then it's time to just go on to make the straps. So depending on how wide you want your straps to be, if you're positioned not too badly here on the side, you can just go ahead and start working. If not, just slip stitch into the position where you would like to start your straps. So I'm going to start my straps here, and I'm going to end it over here. So I'll just put a marker there, and that's just directly opposite where I'm going to start. And I'm in a double crochet, so I'm going to chain 2 and turn. And I will make a V-stitch in this V-stitch. And a double crochet in the double crochet. And a V-stitch in the next V-stitch. And I'm just going to keep these so that I have a double crochet on each side. I'm just going to go into the next double crochet and make a double crochet. So now I will chain 2 and turn, and I'll make a V-stitch in this chain 1 space of the V-stitch. That's double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then I'll make a double crochet in the next stitch, a V-stitch in the next stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and a double crochet in that last chain 2. Chain 2 and turn, and I'm just going to keep working that strap until it's as long as I would like my strap to be. And then I'll position my strap so that it's evenly spaced, and I will slip stitch to join it on the other side of the bag. Like that. Now that is attached on this side. So I started the strap, I worked long enough to make it the length that I wanted, and I attached it on this side. And now I made a closure, and all I did was I chained 16. And I'm going to pass that on one side here of my bag. I'm just going to pass that through, and I'm going to bring these down together in the front, and I'm going to tie a square knot right there, like that. And I'm going to sew a large button there. I made a tassel. I have videos on how to make a tassel. And here's a step-by-step illustration on how to make a tassel, but I also put the link below for the video. So I'll tie a square knot. With the yarn needle, I'll weave these yarn ends into the top of the tassel. And I'll crochet a button, and I'll put the link below for the video on how to make these crocheted buttons, and I'm going to attach that button right there. And then I'll be able to bring this all around to the front and close the bag so that everything doesn't fall out. And if you want to tighten up your buttonhole, you can just take a few stitches to make it the right size so that you can button this closed. So there you go. There's a video on how to make this really easy multi-purpose bag. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.